Good morning, guys. It is March 25th and we are here in peak season, guys. Spring season is upon us. I hope everybody else is having just as good of a season that we are to kick things off this year. Got to our shop this morning and I wanted to make a little video for you guys. I thought about right now what would be the best marketing ideas that we can share for maybe like the new guy or even just the guy who's been watching YouTube pressure washing content for years on years and he just wants to refresh his memory with what other people are doing this year for their marketing strategies. And I thought I'd make a short little video for you guys to share what we think are maybe like the top 5 strategies for 2025 season. I'm not going to take too much time, so I'm going to get straight into it. I'm going to go in this order from worst to best. So we're going to start with number 5, and that'll be Thumbtack leads. Yeah, I know I'm probably going to get hate on this one in the comments, and this one is probably going to get shitted on. It is what it is. I mean, Thumbtack is like year after year becoming a bigger and bigger conglomerate. I mean, there's a lot of pros and cons to it. I mean, some pros is that you get instant leads. It's an easy to set up thing too as well. So like with Thumbtack, like the whole process of getting your account set up is fairly easy to do. I mean, if you have an LLC, you guys have general liability insurance, which you should. You know, a few other odds and ends, nothing really crazy. I mean, then you're able to set up the account. I mean, it's basic stuff, and it takes you maybe all of 15 minutes to get the thing done. So that is definitely some pros, is that it's really easy to set up. I mean, the cons though are obvious. If you have ever used this platform in your entire life, this is probably where the hate comes from, and I agree. I mean, that there's some good things about it, but the shittiest thing is that it is pricey as fuck per lead. It is terrible. You know, it's if you know, you know kind of a thing. It's also very competitive. You know, and the other thing with these clients is they are very budget orientated, majority. I can't speak on everybody because obviously you don't want to say all and everyone, but a large portion of people that you get generated from Thumbtack, if you're not replying within 2 seconds and giving them the $99 guy price, yeah, tough luck. And not that you need to incorporate this into your season this year. I just thought I'd give some insight on what is working for us. Unfortunately, we have, I say unfortunately because it is, we have integrated this slowly but surely into our business model here. We have been hired over 100 times now on Thumbtack, and we have only recently, within the last 6 months, really like buckled down and trying to figure this out and how we can make this whole thing just more profitable than it is when you really first rip the Band-Aid off with that platform, because they're a little bit different than Angie's Leads and all the other people, but I'll make another video about them in the future maybe, and yeah, keep it pushing here with them. If you do have a, you know, Thumbtack account and you decide to do, you know, take my advice here, and even whatever this is, definitely some advice and tip I could give you is to set your service area tight as you can. So you don't want to be 60 miles out on Thumbtack, 50 miles out, 40 miles out, whatever. And you really don't want that for your business in general too, just because you're spreading yourself so thin. But if you have a larger service area, or you're an older guy watching this video that's just looking for some new apps to jump in on, if you're jumping into Thumbtack, man, keep that service area tight, dude, because like I just touched base on, these people are very budget orientated. So if you're driving way the fuck out there and they're only wanting to pay minimum service fee every time, yeah, watch out. So this brings us to number 4. Pretty obvious. Local SEO ads. So this is going to be your Google business, and this one kind of goes without being said. This is something that you've probably seen in this type of content time after time. People preach this. This is way easier said than done too. This is really just one of those things that you gotta build it up with time. You know, you're not going to be able to open up your LLC, drop a little My Business Google page, and be right on the front. It's just not how it works. You're going to have to build your way back up from page number 5, page number 6, page number 10, whatever it is in your area. If you're in Florida, where on every corner there's 20 pressure washing companies, you know, depending on your specific market, you might have, you know, a challenging time building that that Google business profile, but that's where, you know, you having, you know, your customers, when they do leave a review, leaving some keywords, you know, if they can say anything along the lines of your teamwork, if they can drop specific names of workers that are out for you or yourself, if you're a one-man operation, whatever it may be, you know, definitely get the happy customers, the people that you have for sure been able to build rapport with. You guys are buddy-buddy by the end of the service. Push the review. If you guys are not already trying to get every single customer, you guys really need to either in your CRM have some kind of follow-up system that asks for the review, or you guys need to really just take the initiative to be talking about a 5-star review from the moment that you make contact with the customer. There goes my phone. But yeah, the second that they're reaching out to you, you guys should be just dropping hint words of 5-star service throughout the entire conversation and service, so that when things are done and they finally get sent that link, it's already in their mind that you guys perform 5 stars, not just off the freaking work that you guys did, but just because the whole time you've been drilling into them. So yeah, definitely want to focus on that. That's number 4, you know, going from most important to least important here. So we'll jump to number 3 right here, and this one is new. This is going to be boom, bang, boom, TikTok videos, Instagram Reels, Facebook Reels, YouTube Reels, which you guys are watching this on now, and that's a new one. You don't see too many people that preach about wanting to literally market for new clients through TikTok or Instagram Reels or whatever it is. You know, short little fun fact here, my personal account on TikTok, I have 200,000 followers that follow me, and you know, it shows you a really good breakdown of the demographic of people that follow you, and you guys would be genuinely surprised to come to find out, you know, the amount of boomers that are scrolling on the For You page. I mean, you guys would be fucking blown away to realize that grandma and grandpa, fucking mima and mima, pop, whatever the fuck, are out here fucking scrolling through, brain rotting just like you. You know, they all act like, you know, they're better than us, but at the end of the day, everybody is, you know, sitting there on their phone after work at the end of the day, decompressing with a few Instagram Reels, a few TikToks or whatever. And there is a really big reason that the TikTok shop is the number 2 online marketplace next to Amazon, and that's just because people make compulsive decisions, guys. So if you can make a short form video that's, you know, a quick little 15-30 second video that highlights your guys' stuff, you guys can definitely start bringing in new traffic to your company, and you don't need to have 200,000 followers. The thing that's really good about TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and, you know, Reels, all this stuff, is that new short form video algorithm, as you guys probably know by now watching this video, is very, very good at pushing out your content to new people. So you don't really need to sit there and say, oh, well, I don't have 1,000 followers yet. I don't have 100 followers yet. I don't have 100,000, whatever it is. Don't put a limit to your success. You need to just start posting now, because I got my first viral video when I didn't even have 1,000 followers. You know, things obviously go from there if you're able to take them, but you know, it's one video at a time, guys, and you'd be really surprised at how localized your For You page on TikTok, how localized those Instagram Reels, those Facebook Shorts are. They really do push it to your friends and family, your neighbors that are right next to you. So rip the Band-Aid off, start posting some, you know, they don't even have to be videos nowadays. You guys can post photos on TikTok, on Instagram, and that's all you need. You can post before and after photos with a little sound, some music or whatever the hell, and call it a day. That's really all, you know, it takes you all of maybe 5 minutes to generate that video, and that's that. And I know for a fact that if you don't have the money for it now, don't stress about it, because it takes the legwork for you to do this. But there are AI programs out there where you guys can just pop in your video, you know, you can just record the raw video on your phone, load it into the AI software, and it'll clip that bitch up for you and do all the work for you. Granted, you have to pay some bread for that, and I don't know what that price is, but you do that research and find it out at that time. Yeah, so number 3, that was definitely a big one, and we're getting closer to the big bangers here. Top 3 today is definitely going to be starting with that TikTok short form videos. You guys should start pushing that as much as you can. You won't really see me on there right now. Didn't mean to just smack the fuck out of my mic, but you won't really see me a whole lot. myself, and that's something I'm working on, transitioning my personal content into exterior cleaning stuff and more entrepreneurial type things, you know. But you guys definitely will see our videos from WashForce, short form cleanings, before and afters, little snippets on there. It's just a bread and butter way for you to generate clients. We've definitely gotten, we just, you know, in comparison to Thumbtack, I said we've had, you know, 100 clients in the last 6 months. We've generated at least 3 times that from short form videos on Facebook and Instagram and all that within that same time frame. So yeah, it's definitely been a new marketing strategy that's been implemented to a lot of business models in the last few years, but let's get on with it. You guys get the whole damn point. All right, number 2 for today. This is taking us to the last 2. This one is a little bit more legwork than the other couple that were mentioned right now. Commercial B2B outreach. Yeah, this one, guys, is huge as hell. So if you're able to dive in with this one and really lock in with your business to business outreach, and I'll probably make a more elaborate video on this in the future, just because it's early as hell right now, still waking up and wiping the crust off my eyes for this one. But if you guys can email, cold call, door knock, do all of the above, and just start reaching out directly to business owners. An old school phone call, old school just walking in the door, there might be some people online that advise against that and say that you should just jump straight to an email to some property management group. I, however, would push you in the direction of just face-to-face. If you can go inside and talk with an actual manager, you know, you might get the door fronter, or you might get the assistant that, you know, doesn't give a fuck and brushes you off with a business card. But if you're able to walk into 50 stores in 1 month's time and pitch your dumpster pad cleaning, or pitch your root window cleaning for their storefront out front, whatever it may be for your cleaning business, you guys are going to be way more successful on the commercial side of things, because you're going to see that reoccurring revenue. What you really need to do as well when you walk inside, quick little pro tip, and it may sound obvious, but to some it's not, you need to solve a reoccurring problem. You do not want to target these people for a one-time cleaning, because for you to get inside their vendor system, get everything approved, yada yada, wait for that whole process, and then to just be one of 3 people that are bidding on a one-time cleaning, and you're just crossing your fingers that you're gonna get that, you're wasting time. You're putting a lot of hopes and dreams, a lot of eggs into one basket, hoping that you're gonna get that $10,000 sale, that whatever the fuck it may be. You get what I'm getting at? So what I would advise you to do is treat it like it's almost a numbers game. You know, you really need to rip the band-aid off and just start going in there and realize that you're gonna get the door fronter, you're gonna get the assistant, like I just mentioned, that's gonna brush you off. But out of those 50 doors that you went into and you asked for the business owner, how many of them said yes? You've heard this time after time. You guys have watched the salesman videos. You know, it goes without being said, it definitely is a numbers game, and in due time, you guys will eventually be questioning, either to yourself as a solopreneur, or if you have a business partner, you'll be looking at your business partner like I do with Adrian, and you guys are going to be shitting bricks questioning whether or not you need to drop everything you're doing and become a commercial only pressure washing company, or if you guys are going to be the best of both worlds and try and satisfy your residential customers and still grow that whole thing at the same time that you're growing your commercial thing. So it definitely is a yin and yang balance that you guys will have to figure out at that time, or if it is just you, you're gonna have to make that decision. You see plenty of pressure washing companies that build up in the residential field, and then eventually they make that transition into commercial. And they only start doing apartment complexes, parking lots, garages, and just larger contracts in general, just because the money is consistent. It's reoccurring. It's stuff you can rely on. There are literal contracts with actual $1 million, 6-figure businesses that are reliable. You know, you're not having to worry about buddy on Facebook or whatever the hell just trying to get a quick roof washing quote, and you know, he's not trying to pay $700, $600 or whatever, he's trying to pay $99 or whatever. So you know, these people not only have a lot more money in their wallets and have a higher budget, but the work is just way more consistent, so it becomes way easier. It becomes just a nice job, a high-paying job, instead of you doing a new job every other day and doing different, you know, each day you have a different route. You know, you're able to get really comfortable really quickly, and you'll make that decision at that time of what you're going to do. But I definitely advise number 2 on the list today, business to business outreach, guys. Do as much as you can. You know, use a polished one pager. If you even need to just go in there with a flyer and you're not somebody who's good talking to people, walk in with a little piece of paper, a little flyer that is, you know, specifically commercial orientated. You know, look up templates online, ChatGPT that shit, do what you need to do, but you know, take it one step at a time. If you guys can offer even first time incentives, that'd be another really good tip. You know, that first time cleaning, maybe it's cheaper than the rest, or vice versa, whatever it is. Some people do it the opposite way. A lot of people like to charge more for the first time cleaning, but you can really hook a customer in if you do it the freaking exact opposite. And you know, majority of the time they're still going to say yes to that ongoing price that you end up on in the long run. But if the dumpster pad cleaning is, you know, $200 to begin with, and then $350 every single month after that, you know, that first time cleaning, that's what, you know, a lot of people really stress the first, that's where you need to be solving a problem. So I'm not going to elaborate too much into this, but like we said, solve a problem, address some kind of, you know, problem and give them the solution, and then boom, now you are a commercial pressure washer. All right, guys, this is bringing us to the final one on the list today. I might throw in a quick little bonus at the end for you, but a little drum roll. Number 1 on the list today, yes, it is the old school paper marketing. You guys, you cannot beat the paper marketing. Yeah, you waited on however long this video is, I don't know, probably 10 minutes by now. And yeah, you came here to find out me saying, you know, the number 1 marketing strategy for 2025 is indeed still to this day paper marketing. You can't beat it, guys. The old school door hangers, the old school flyers for your 5 around, you just cannot beat it, guys. The yard signs, the bandit signs, the EDDM, you know, direct marketing. You guys, you really just cannot beat that. I'll probably make a further video detailing maybe each one of these things and how you can really maximize each one of these marketing channels. But guys, I cannot stress it enough. You know, a high quality, you know, if you're asking the question why is that number 1? I mean, just a simple one word and, you know, 2-word answer. It converts. That's it. You know, that's it. It's just a strategy that time after time it converts. You know, you don't have to question anything about it. It is really systematic to build out paper marketing. So you know, you guys can target high income neighborhoods whenever you guys do visit these super nice luxurious homes, $1 million mansions, and you know you're in a zip code that has some money in their pocket. You're in a little section of a neighborhood that has extra bread in their pocket. Excuse me. It was like a cough sneeze thing. I don't know what that was. But when you're in those neighborhoods, cha-ching, 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 cha-ching is the only thing that as an entrepreneur you should be thinking, because the second that you roll through those gates, you know, some of these neighborhoods you have to scan QR codes to get inside. You have to, you know, just the security is outrageous in some of these neighborhoods. In here in Florida, and I know it's like that in multiple states across the United States here, but guys, when you're in the neighborhood that is worth a damn, you're gonna know. So being able to directly market to those neighbors is unbeatable, you know. Word of mouth, as you guys were probably expecting, was going to be on this list. It's a given. I don't really like putting that on my advice list, because I feel like that's just a given in any home service business. I mean, that's an obvious answer, but you cannot beat that paper marketing, guys. You really can't. If you guys can include some kind of limited time offer, an instant quote on your door hangers, you will see immediate success. Instead of just going by, here's like an older business card, and just dropping off, you know, a WashForce business card or whatever, and just being like, boom, that's it, leaving it on their doorstep, calling it a day. You're gonna have way more success if you're able to provide them with you know, a multitude of things. What I personally think does the absolute best is those instant quote door hangers. A lot of people nowadays in the 2025 economy are just in the broke poverty mindset. So a lot of people don't even want to take the initiative to even ask for the quote because they already are in the mindset that they can't even afford it. So if you can just present them the price and show them the price before they even asked for it, you'd be surprised at how much you can convert in comparison to you just pulling up with a goddamn flimsy business card and saying, "Here, bucko." So, yep, that's going to be it for today. Actually, pause. I'm going to throw you guys one quick little one for you. This one right here is spicy. So this is a bonus one. We'll call this number 6. Next door ads, guys. You cannot beat it, dude. I'm telling you. I probably said that on a million things. You cannot beat it, and you probably can. But next door ads, they convert. They're super, super good. Just like Thumbtack, you know, that app is also becoming a very, very well-known app in the service industry over the years. I know that over the last 5 years, you know, it's been well-known, but as the time goes on, it becomes bigger and bigger. With more and more users, and with more and more users, content gets saturated. So over the years, I'm sure you guys have seen a lot of people jump into Nextdoor and they immediately backpedal because they're like, dude, this is nothing but bullshit, and I see nothing but a cat missing, a dog missing, you know, neighborhood on fire, you know, crazy random just shit that has nothing to do with your home service business or you being able to generate new leads. So unfortunate as it may be, there's a lot of people who get Nextdoor burnout and they just are unable to convert leads off that. And whether or not that's their main marketing system or not, I know that contributes to a lot of business failure, is people having way higher expectations than what it is in reality. And I think one of the things that really helped our business was, one, you have to, in due time, build a local brand. So people have to recognize your WashForce logo as they're driving around, when they see it online, you know, just because you've been shoving in their face so much that, you know, you just become locally recognized. But 2, I think the other thing is not hunting for the ads on Nextdoor. My business partner, Adrian, when we first started with Nextdoor marketing, probably like a year ago at this point, maybe a little bit over that, we weren't really marketing. We weren't putting any expense. So let me take that back. We weren't really marketing. We were just using this app as a lead source, which I'm sure you guys from other creators might have heard of this Nextdoor app before. And you can, for free, create accounts and find, you know, multiple home service business, you know, opportunities near you. Junk removal, landscaping, you name it, it's on there. But for every pressure washing lead that we saw, just like every other home service that you'd get, it'd be probably 20, 30 people that are commenting underneath that post right there that you are competing with, and you don't want to compare yourself to others. My business partner was not afraid to message those people directly instead of commenting underneath the swarm and just joining the pool of other people. He was not afraid to just directly message those customers. And that's what won the leads over for us to begin with. So we really saw a change to begin with. If you guys have no money and you guys are not having a single dollar to be able to spend on ad spend, take this advice. You know, unlike Thumbtack and, you know, a lot of the other paid lead sources that I mentioned here today, which the business to business is more of an effort thing. So boss the fuck up and do that. But you know, the Nextdoor thing, you can really find leads that are on there that are good, that will convert. Takes more time, takes a little bit more effort than some other sources. But directly messaging the client, that's what's going to win it. So that would be my little pro tip on this last bonus, number 6 here, would be directly message that client. Don't just, you know, be number 30, number 40 that's commenting underneath that post. You need to just directly hit them up. Go to their profile, send a message, DM them, and just leave it at that. The response rate, way higher. The notification that Nextdoor sends you in comparison to like a comment notification, way more noticeable, especially for older people. So, all right, guys, do with this information as you will. I'm glad I was able to provide, you know, a little bit of knowledge for the new guys and the old guys. If you guys want to keep seeing marketing tips like these videos right now, make sure to like and subscribe. Also, comment which one was your favorite for this year, and if you guys are already using any of these strategies in your own business. Be looking forward to seeing you guys on the next one. Peace.